Consoling Thoughts of Saint Francis de Sales. First book. Consoling Thoughts on God, Providence, the Saints, etc. Chapter 1. The inclination which God has to do us good. As soon as man thinks attentively on the Divinify, he perceives a certain sweet emotion of heart which testifies that God is the God of the human heart, and never does our understanding experience more pleasure than in this thought of the divinity, the least knowledge of which, as the Prince of the Philosopher says, is more precious than the greatest of all things else. As the least ray of the sun is brighter than the brightest of the moon or of the stars, yea, is more luminous than the moon and stars together. And if any accident surprises our heart, immediately it has recourse to the divinity, acknowledging that when the world looks dark, it alone is good, and when danger threatens, it alone can save and preserve. This pleasure, this confidence, which the human heart naturally takes in God, can only proceed from the conformity that exists between the divine goodness and the soul. There is a great, but secret, resemblance between them, a resemblance that cannot be denied, yet cannot be understood. We are created to the image of God. We have a close connection with His divine majesty. Besides this conformity, there is a constant intercourse between God and man for their reciprocal perfection. Not that God can receive any perfection from man, but because as man can be perfected only by the divine goodness, so the divine goodness can nowhere out of itself be so well displayed as in regard to our humanity. The one has great need and capacity to receive, the other great abundance and inclination to bestow. Nothing is more suited to indigence than affluence, and the kinder affluence is the stronger its inclination to give. The more needy indigence is, the more eager it is to be satiated. The meeting then of affluence and indigence is sweet and happy, and we could scarcely say which should enjoy the more contentment, abundance to be communicated or deficiency to be filled, had not our Lord told us that it is a more blessed thing to give than to receive. But where there is more of happiness, there is more of satisfaction. The divine goodness, then, has greater pleasure in giving its graces than we have in receiving them. Mothers have sometimes their paps so full that they cannot refrain from presenting them to an infant, and while one takes the breast with avidity, the other yields it yet more willingly, the infant drinking pressed by its necessity, and the mother supplying drink, pressed by her fecundity. Thus our deficiency has need of the divine abundance through the misery of its dearth, but the divine affluence has no need of our indigence, unless through the perfection of its goodness, a goodness which, nevertheless, does not become better by being communicated, for it acquires nothing by expending itself, but our indigence would remain failing, if the abundance of the divine goodness did not succor it. Has not our soul then, considering that nothing can perfectly content it, that its capacity cannot be all led by anything in this world, that its understanding has an infinite longing after more extensive knowledge, and its will an insatiable desire to find and love what is good, has it not reason to exclaim, "Ah, I am not made for this world. There is some sovereign good on which I depend, some infinite creator who has placed within me this boundless desire of knowing and this hunger which cannot be satisfied. It is therefore necessary that I should tend forward and stretch out towards him in order to be united to his goodness, to which I belong. Such is the conformity that we have with God."